Hello and welcome to another episode of Glasses and Cups, brought to you by Limitless Digital Media and Bronell ENT. I'm your host, Double A. Joining me in the studio is my co-host, TanDope.
What up, do?
And this is a little bit about a lot. Intelligent conversation for the unintelligent world. This week's episode, we're going to talk about the NBA just a little bit. So the NBA.
What's the movie?
Let's talk about the NBA just a little bit. Okay. Not quite garbage.
Mm-hmm.
A little disappointing.
A little disappointing?
A little disappointing.
Just a little?
I found that of late. Truth, viewers. I really stopped paying attention to the NBA round about the time Michael Jordan retired the second time.
You've been out for a while, bro.
I pay peripheral attention to him. Like, I don't even, I'm like, who's...
You like one of the people who watch during the playoffs, maybe? Like,
I barely watch it. You know who watches the NBA in my house? My wife watches the NBA in my house.
Damn.
Die-hard Laker fan. Can't get...
I like her.
I can't get that Kobe jersey away from her. I can't get that Kobe jersey away from her.
Hey, girl, like, we got more in common than I thought. Kobe Bean. Yeah, that's the man.
Look, I have a Shaq jersey, okay? Mm-hmm. I had to wear it because I lost the bet. But anyway, point is.
Stick to the script.
What script? Like we have a script. Like anybody can write this craziness.
Right.
Look, the NBA is disappointing. Okay, we got the same two teams in the championship. Third year in a row. Come on now.
It's rigged.
I wouldn't say rigged.
I'm gonna just throw it out there. The R word. It's rigged.
Rigged?
Rigged.
You went full.
The best team is not winning. I mean, you definitely got to ask yourself that as a fan.
Wait,
is the best team winning?
How do you not know? How is it the best team's not winning if they are in the championship?
Well, because they're super teams. I mean, it looks like we're watching All-Star games. First quarter, the game is on tonight. First quarter was a dunk fest. Everybody's dunking. We already know you can dunk. What's going on? No D being played. The final 7 games potentially of the season, and nobody's playing D.
Nobody's playing defense. You know what the problem is? Is money.
That's always been the problem.
No. Okay. Okay. People will say, "Oh, well, the Bulls won 3 championships back to back to back."
Right.
Okay, and then there was a couple years, and then they did it again, back to back to back.
Right.
Okay, fine. But here's the thing: they didn't play the same teams back to back to back.
Right.
And they had to go through teams like Detroit.
Right.
They had to go through the Knicks, the Celtics, the Lakers. I mean, they had to beat some teams, and it was a challenge. It was competition. The Bulls got beat by the Pistons
a
couple of years in a row. And let me not even, by the time you see this, it'll be game 4 anyway. But let me not even talk about how soft these players are now. And people say, oh, they're highly efficient athletes and they're finely tuned machines. They're soft. You know why? Because they ain't got guys like Dennis Rodman throwing elbows in the paint. You
just like the hairdo. You know what I mean?
He just
like Robin's hairdo. He looked like one of them kind of cats. Anyway.
I'm just saying. You remember? Okay, you might not be old enough to, but if those of you old enough to remember watching the Pistons play ball, back in the 80s, the stuff that they would get away with back then, they'd be flagrant fouls and ejected from the game by now.
Well, so I agree with that to a certain extent, but you have to understand the game gets, these kids are stronger, quicker, faster, stronger every, 5 to 10 years. They're getting,
okay, fine.
6'9", they're agile. Look at LeBron James, he's the prototype for the new athlete, as far as agility, 6'8", 6'9", 260, and can handle the ball like a little man. You know what I mean? That's scary.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, that's a lot of mass moving at you at a high rate of speed. Okay, I get that. But how about because back in the 80s and whatnot, like the 70s, 80s, you could be, 5'9" and be a pro ball player.
You can't do that now. That's much tougher.
You can't get away with that now.
Much tougher.
Sorry. Well, let's talk about this then. Let's talk about these super teams, right? What you have now is mercenaries. That's what you got. You got players that they basically just go there. I want to win a championship. So instead of staying here and playing with this team, developing this team, building a bond with my teammates, and maybe the management goes out and gets 1 or 2 more role players to fill in some voids. You know, the bits and pieces that are missing to go around a central core. You have just players getting together and going, okay, well, we're all going to go play together. I'm the best center. I'm the best guard. I'm the best forward. You know,
all-star team.
Yeah, throw an all-star team together and you do that. The last honest championship, I want to say, Dallas.
Dallas what?
Mavericks. Was it Mavericks?
Oh, when Cuba said he was going to call the feds?
I'm saying when Dirk Nowitzki...
When he threatened to call the feds, and did they win the championship the next year?
Look. Dallas Mavericks, Miami Heat. Mm-hmm. That was an honest championship. That was a series. That was ball being played. That was people playing defense. That was people hustling. That was people putting it all on the line. Blood, sweat, and
tears. The last one I think I seen was 2000 or 2001. Allen Iverson took the Philadelphia 76ers, Tyrone Hill, Dikembe Mutombo, George Lynch, Aaron McKee, Eric Snow. List of no names to the finals. No disrespect. I mean, you guys are professionals. No disrespect, but you guys
but they aren't like get it superstar fans.
Matt Geiger. I mean, the list is C at best.
That's honest. I
think that's the last one I seen with Kobe and Shaq.
What year was that?
And against Iverson. It was 2001, something.
2001. Yeah, I was a little busy in 01.
Yeah,
I was a little busy. A little bit. Somebody flew a plane into a building. I had to go fight some people.
Hey, appreciate the service.
I like to throw
appreciate your service, good sir.
Actually,
you need that Golden Corral free once a year, right? Okay.
In all seriousness, anyway. So I mean, how can you say you're a real champion if all you did was pull together the best players for specific positions, put them all on the same team, find a team with deep pockets that can afford to pay all of your salaries just to win the championship? I mean, whatever happened to growing a team?
Well, this is what happened, man. I mean, what happened is you have these guys who are now in desperation of winning rings because at the end of the day, that's what matters. As far as champions, I mean, you have to understand in the League of Champions, champions and championships, that's the high grade. That's the grade level. You know what I mean? For instance, a guy with no championships can't talk to a guy with championships, man. That's just how it goes. It's just, you can't.
Okay, fine. Maybe you can't say, okay, I'm on the same level as somebody.
That's my whole point.
If you don't have a ring, a championship
it's a divider.
You can't really say I'm on the same level as somebody who has a championship.
Correctly, sir.
That I get. Mm-hmm. That I get. However, you're still a professional. You're still playing the same league. Now, here's the thing. Somebody who's playing great ball, great ball. I'm talking about they are top notch in their position, whatever position they might be. They play that position and they are best in the league, hands down. But the team around them, it takes a team to win a championship.
Of course, nobody does it by themselves.
Yeah. So the team around them may not
be ready
to be a champion, be a championship team. Can that person still have pride in what they do? Can they still say, "Hey, look, I really am the best in the league in this position"?
That's why I hold my guy to the highest regard, Kobe Bryant. That's why I hold him to that standard because people don't understand. Yes, he three-peated with Shaquille O'Neal, and a lot of people say, without Shaquille, he would never win those rings, and I give you that. But you also have to understand he went through a lot of downtime and a lot of period where he scored a bunch of points. He did everything for the team to make them win, and they didn't win. And then he came back with a guy Paul Gasol, which may be a Hall of Famer, questionable, and then you have Derek Fisher, who is a honest Hall of Famer, who will be a Hall of Famer. And they were able to back-to-back. He was able to back-to-back and win championships again. So I just still think that's a great accomplishment, and kudos to him, man, for sticking it out because he's the last of that era. Michael Jordan did that, man. He like you just said, he had to go through Detroit and get beat up and lose and lose, and it took Phil to come.
Yeah, they had bloody noses.
It took a lot, exactly. And instead of this freelance, artiste mode of NBA where you can go wherever you feel like you want to go to win a championship.
Could you imagine if Jordan had done Jordan, Ewing, Bird, had
or like if Pierce and KG would have came to LA, like you know what I'm saying? Like
they had done what LeBron is doing, LeBron and D-Wade, where they go, let's all go to this team and play together there. Really?
It's changed the game. It has to be honest, to be fair though, just as it is watered the game down. I think it's made it better too because we are as a fan, we're at a privilege to see these all-star, these super teams.
I'm not interested in watching an all-star game every time. I just want to watch a team play ball. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
look, if back in the day, think about it. Do you remember what was the name of that movie with the little cartoons? Michael Jordan.
Space Jam.
There you go. That's the name of it. Right? You imagine if you had all those players, right, that were in that movie. Those were the super. Imagine that original dream team.
Right.
That 92. Olympic basketball 92, right? Imagine if all of them decided after they played together, they said, you know what? This was great. We won a gold medal. Let's just all change teams and go to one team.
One team, right.
Let's all go to one team. How would you enjoy watching the NBA after that? Because it'd be that one team destroying everybody else.
Right. It'd kind of be like the Globetrotters versus the General.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what they want to turn into. I mean, the NBA, you have to think.
They turn into a highlight reel.
That's what they're turning it into. I mean, you have to understand, I mean, the last real championship, has been played, some time ago. And it's obviously deteriorating the structure of what we're used to as fans from the NBA.
It's not the structure. Let's be honest. It's the level of play as far as superstars and highlight moves, all that stuff, that's gone up. But as far as the quality of total games, as quality for a league, I'm not impressed.
I would take a chance to believe that the NBA has had the Warriors win every playoff game to lose the playoff game here tonight or tomorrow night against the Cleveland Cavaliers. You have to understand the amount of money that will be put down on the Warriors. If you have an undefeated team with the playoffs in the postseason, it's no doubt if they've had a rest and the other team has been playing, you would put your money on the team that has been resting and who's undefeated so far in the playoffs for game one of the finals. But we'll see. I mean, I haven't even checked the score. Like I said, I'm not really not into it anymore. I feel like it's rigged. Just being honest, man.
I feel like it's just the quality is gone. Anymore. It's not a competition anymore. And I lost interest a long time ago, like I said. But even now, what I see, I don't feel it. I'm not feeling competition. What do you think?
I mean, it's a competitive league. I mean, you have a lot of guys high flying. You have a lot of guys high flyer, high wire acts. You have a lot of guys doing a lot of good things. It's a pretty parable. The parity is there in the league. And it's pretty comparable, I believe.
No, man, we were just talking about super teams.
Well, you have super teams, but I'm talking about for everybody else. We got the Cleveland, we got the Warriors, with the exception of maybe one more team if you want to go to Spurs.
So you got the Cavs and the Warriors.
Maybe, I don't know.
The dark horses are the Spurs and who?
Houston, maybe. I don't think anybody else got a shot. I mean, to be honest. Nobody out the East had a shot.
Do you remember the Sonics, the
Raptors?
Sonics?
I mean, come on, stop. He's played the Raptors 4 years in a row. The team has gotten worse, and he's beat them every time.
Do you remember the Supersonics?
Okay, which one?
Seattle.
Yeah, Gary Payton.
Yeah.
The Rain Man, Sean Kemp.
Do you remember the Supersonics?
Yeah, I remember them a little bit.
They had a chance to win the NBA.
Yeah.
The NBA championship, right? Back in the day. Now, they couldn't get past the Lakers. But hey, it was a tussle. It was a toss up. You wouldn't know. The Knicks had a chance to win the championship.
Right.
Shout out to Spike Lee. I'm really sorry, bro. I'm talking about your Knicks.
I just seen something the other day on TV where you and Mr. Little Putback, man, was crazy. It was crazy. Heartbreaking, dog.
But it's like, you know what? Even so, the Knicks had a chance.
Yeah, had a chance.
Back in the day.
Right, they had a chance. Right.
But it never happened, but you could still watch them and go, yeah, this year's the year, this season's the season.
Right.
The Celtics, I mean, I'm not a Celtics fan. I do like
yucky stuff.
I like and respect Larry Bird because he was an amazing ball player. The Hall of Famer, what are you gonna say? But
yeah, what do you do?
Anyway.
Yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is that things happen. Even when Jordan played for the Wizards, you thought, this could get good.
Right.
And they did all right. When he went back to Chicago, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Look, all I'm saying is,
look, it's only one thing to do now. We know what it is. I feel it's rigged.
Break up the super teams.
He doesn't like it. The super teams is whatever. But what do you guys think? Is the NBA rigged? And then let's take a step even further and say, what are the predictions? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with I'm saying they're building up the Warriors to win. But I feel like if all the money goes on the Warriors, then the Cavs will win. I'm kind of I think it all goes by Vegas and the way the betting goes. That's just my personal opinion. Vegas has been in business for a long time and have never had a scary night.
I don't think they control it. I think they're just very good at predicting the odds.
Whenever you let money come into a situation, it changes things.
This is true.
All the way down. I care less what we're talking about. When money comes into the situation, when it knocks at the door and it presents itself, it becomes a different
It could be like the referees in that, NFC West title game where, they wanted the number one defense and number one offense to play each other, so they kind of robbed the 49ers of a championship. Because it was a fumble and it was recovered. That's right. I ain't forgot about y'all.
Spoiler alert.
It was a fumble. It was recovered. And he busted his knee at the same time. Y'all, everybody in Seattle knows y'all lost that game. The refs won it for you. But anyway, I digress.
Mike Brown, don't shoot.
Still hating Seattle. What?
That's all I'm saying.
Anyway.
Shoot us some comments. Let us know what y'all think. Let us know what y'all think about the NBA. He just had a meltdown. It's okay. But let us know what y'all think about the NBA, man. Is it rigged? What your predictions are. By the time you guys get this, it'll be game 4 or game 5 already. But we definitely will check back in and see what we can do as far as, checking the comments. And
I just got a text message from somebody saying, hey, don't talk about my Seattle Seahawks like that. And
you messed around and said it was rigged, and that was the commissioner probably telling you to
that was the he was like, watch yourself. I don't work for you. Yeah. And what? Anyway, look.
You better walk out here slow. Make sure I leave the studio first tonight.
I'm walking behind you. Look, here's the thing. We need to break up the super teams. We need to get them to stop doing what they do. Put in some salary caps. Make some changes so you can't have all these superstars just going to one team and call it a day.
Agreed.
What do y'all think? I mean, how do you fix the
Globetrotters versus the Generals?
How do you fix the NBA?
Let us know.
Or if you think it's not broken and you like it the way it is. I mean, that's you. That's you. We might talk about you on the next show.
Yeah.
All right. So, you ready to call the show?
So, it's been our pleasure. And remember, these are our opinions and not yours. But now it's time to decide whose side you on, right or wrong, TanDope or the laughable other guy. Be sure to comment below, and it could become the topic of our very next show.
Look, if you disagree with our opinions, educate yourself and formulate your own. But do yourself a favor. Click here to subscribe. Click down here to see some stuff we already said.
Swag.